Have you ever noticed that sometimes your phone company remembers your birthday before your friends do? You get that cheerful text from your bank, maybe a discount from your internet provider, but when you look around, the day feels strangely quiet. No excitement, no celebration, just another 24 hours. And here's the thing, if you've ever felt that way, if your birthday feels more like a regular Tuesday than a special occasion, there's a deep psychological story behind that. Because not caring about your birthday doesn't always mean you're cold or emotionless. Sometimes it means you've learned to protect your emotions in ways you don't even realize. Psychologists say birthdays are mirrors. They reflect the relationship we have with ourselves. Some people see them as joyful milestones, others as reminders of time, loneliness, or even disappointment. Let's break that down. For many, childhood birthdays were magical. Attention, gifts, love, excitement. But over time, something shifts. The older we get, the more birthdays stop being about receiving and start being about reflecting. You realize no one owes you celebration, and maybe that's okay. For some, this change is emotional maturity. You've outgrown the need for attention. You don't need external validation to feel valued anymore. You've found comfort in simplicity, peace in the ordinary. But for others, the story is a little darker. If your birthday brings up discomfort, emptiness, or even dread, it might be your mind's quiet defense mechanism. Maybe once you expected something, a call, a hug, someone to care, and it never came. Over time, the brain learns a trick. If I expect nothing, I won't be disappointed. That's called anticipatory defense, a subtle form of self-protection. Then there's social anxiety, the feeling that attention is uncomfortable. Some people hate the spotlight because it makes them feel seen in ways they're not ready for. Being celebrated feels fake, or awkward, or even undeserved. So they'd rather slip quietly through the day unnoticed. There's also the existential side, the part of us that counts years and wonders where time went. For people who struggle with aging, failure, or direction in life, birthdays can feel like pressure points. Instead of happy birthday, it feels like, what have you done so far? So they avoid it, not the day itself, but what it represents. But here's something important. Not everyone who ignores their birthday is sad. Some genuinely find peace in treating it like a normal day. These people often have high internal validation. They don't rely on others for meaning. Every day is equal to them. They find calm in routine, joy in the ordinary. Culturally, too, birthdays mean different things. In some parts of the world, birthdays are about family, gratitude, or spirituality, not parties. For others, they're personal reflections, even moments of silence for self-awareness. And yes, trauma can play a part. If someone grew up in an emotionally distant home, birthdays might remind them of being unseen. If nobody cared back then, they learn to stop caring now. That's not apathy, that's adaptation. A quiet way of saying, if I downplay it, it won't hurt anymore. It's what psychologists call emotional numbing, not sadness, but a learned calmness that protects you from pain. On the outside, they seem strong, indifferent. On the inside, there's just quiet. So the next time someone says, I don't care about my birthday, remember that sentence can hold entire stories. Sometimes it's growth, sometimes it's grief, and sometimes it's both. Because birthdays aren't really about candles or cake. They're about recognition, the feeling of being remembered, even once a year. When we stop celebrating, maybe what we're really saying is, I don't need the world to notice me today. I just need to be okay with myself. And maybe that's not sadness at all. Maybe that's strength. So if your next birthday feels quiet, don't rush to fill the silence. Sit with it. Reflect. Ask yourself what that day really means to you, not to anyone else, because sometimes treating your birthday like any other day isn't a sign of emptiness, it's a sign of peace. After all, the most powerful kind of celebration doesn't always come with noise sometimes. It's the quiet understanding that you made it, and that's enough.